Hi there, I'm Ryan, a technician at 4x4 AT here in Leeming Bar. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install our 5-piece liner to the 2023 Ranger. This also includes the Amrock as well, the 2023 model. So with that said, we'll get on with the tools that you're going to need. So I have a drill. I do have a drill bit. This is just to neaten up the corners in the liner. I have an impact driver with a T30 and a T40, a multi-tool to cut my liner, and a blowtorch. So we have everything laid out. Here I have our base, our tailgate, our right, our left, and our bulkhead piece. This section here is for your bed lights. Not all vehicles come with the bed lights, so if it does, you could cut that out. It is, if I flip this over, it is marked on the back of it of where to cut. So if your vehicle doesn't come with bed lights or electrical sockets, you can leave these as they are and just install them as normal fitted. So in the back of the bed, the first thing we need to do is remove the anchor points. I'll draw your attention to the bed lights. Ours does come equipped with bed lights. If yours does not, then we don't have to cut anything on the side of the liner, and the same thing with the electric panel. Ours does, so with that being said, we'll crack on with removing the anchor points. So the anchor points, there are two T40s that hold them on. There is quite a bit of Loctite on there, so if it doesn't come out, then I would advise warming the head of the bolt up, and that will warm the Loctite up, and then when you try to remove it, it will simply come out. Now that we've got our anchor points out, I'm going to move over to our bed lights. So I'll get our T30 out. And then these pull up from the bottom and it will unclip. Like so. We'll do the same on the opposite side. Pull up from the bottom. And lastly, the electrical panel. Now the electrical panel, I'll pop there and just rest it on there. Same with the lights. So on this side, if the light does fall down there, it's not the end of the world. You can get from underneath the truck and reach your hand up between the two skins, the inner skin and the outer skin, and then just pop that back up. So just sat that on top of the arch liner, which is just there. So in front of me, I have the left hand panel and the right hand panel. As ours does have bed lights and an electrical socket, we're going to cut them out. So if we flip this over, you can see on the back of it we have the pre-marked position that we need to cut out for the bed lights as well as the electrical socket. I'm going to use my drill bit just to neaten up the corners here. So I'll put that in on the edge. And do that on each of the four corners. And then for the outer bits, I have another two to do there. So now I'm just going to use my multi-tool to cut round that shape. Now that we've got the bed light part cut out, we're going to move over to the electrical panel side. So again, you've got your pre-marked point that you're going to cut out. So with that, I'll just jump straight into it. Now that I've got the bed light and the socket area cut out on that one, I'm ready to move over to the right hand one and cut out the bed light on that one. So I do the same thing again. So that's my other bed light position cut out. I'm ready to now move back into the truck with putting the floor in. So I'll do that now. So I'll grab the base and pick that up like so. It only goes in one way. I've grabbed our bulkhead section, which is next to go in. I have our anti-vibration foam to go on the back and our trim piece. This is the 970mm long part, which goes along the top once we've got that in. But before we do that, we're going to put that anti-vibration sponge on. So I'm just going to flip that over. So with that flipped over, we can see we have a faint line which runs along here, and that's where this foam is going to go. So just take the backing off. And now I'll go and put that in the vehicle. So to pop that in, this recess here is going to sit in the recess at the back. So we'll put that into there first, like so. So I'm going to push that back the majority of the way, just past the wheel track bar. Now, if we look here along this bit in the middle, we've got a recess. That recess is for this trim panel here, which holds that panel back, as well as two trim clips. One goes here and the other goes here. But before I do that, I'm just going to push that onto there. Simply pop that in there, push it to the end of there, and then move along. And I'll grab my two trim clips. Again, they go through this hole here and the other one along there. So I'm going to start to pull this tape, but not pull it all off until I've got it properly in. So pull that forward, push that in, pop my clip in, so that's in, and then same on the opposite side, pop my clip in, push that in, and then grab my tape, and then just give that a firm press along the bulkhead. So from here I'm ready to do the side parts now. There's just a couple of bits that we need to put in the liner. They are for the anchor points. So I'll grab them now, we'll insert these, and then we'll get them into the vehicle. So we've got 6 spacers for each side, and they go where the anchor points do. So there's 2 there, another 2, and the other 2. Same on the opposite one. So you want to give it a firm press, and you'll hear it click. We've got our spacers in, so we're ready to move back into the car now. So I'll get the left-hand one, on first, and then we'll move on to the right. Now it's the same principle as the front bulkhead one. We have this section along here, which is going to sit in the recess, which runs along the base. Pop that into there first. And underneath the rail. So from this point I'll grab the right hand one and do the same again. So into the recess at the bottom first, and then underneath the rail. Now I'm just going to reach in and grab my bed light. And then pop that into position. Make sure you get this the right way down, round, sorry. The light coming downwards, not going upwards. So, and I'll do the same on the opposite side. Again, making sure the light is facing down. And then the electrical panel. Then we can pop our screws back in for the bed lights and the electrical panel. Now that we've got those in, we're ready to move on to the tie down points as well as the two final screws. So doing the anchor points, I'm going to start at the bulkhead and work my way down and then move over to the opposite side and do the same again. So just get these started before you go tightening them up. We don't want to cross thread them. Just get that screw in there, and again I'm just going to get that started. Once that's started, I can tighten everything up. So start at the bulkhead. And move over to the driver's side. So we have all our tie down points in, our bed lights and our electrical paneling. We're ready to move on to the tailgate part of the liner. There is a strip to go in at the front here, but we can do that after. So moving on to the tailgate, there is some screws in the tailgate that we need to take out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a triangle either side of the bed. So I've got our tailpiece here. We have the two parts that we need to put on first. The lower section, which goes there, and the upper section, which runs along the top. So the liner is going to go between these two parts of the rubber. Start on one and then slide it down. Just move along. So we've got at the front, the liner in between these two parts. So I'm just going to peel a bit of the tape away from this section here and the part on the front. That's so I can, once I've started to screw it in, I can pull that tape out. So lastly, in the kit we have 6 penny washers, and they are to go in the liner and each of the screws. So we'll slide them into each hole, and then we grab our T20s and they go back in where they were before. Okay, now all those are started, I'm going to pull my tape out and press the liner down. Now tighten our T20s down. So last thing to do is put this strip along the back, which keeps the back part of the liner down. So same as before, the liner goes in between the two parts of the rubber. This is roughly in the middle of the bed. So if we use this plastic as a guide to get that roughly in the same location, pop that in along the front. So same again as the red tape, just grab a little bit of it and then we're going to press the liner down. So this completes the installation of our 5-piece bed liner on the 2023 Ranger, which also includes the 2023 Amrock. Just want to point out, which sets our bed liner apart from the rest, is the fact that we're utilising the entire bed. Some liners will curve in at edges and you will lose space. This liner makes full use of every single part of the bed liner. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching.